Good morning. You are now officially listening to the Best Buzz here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Yes, you heard me correctly. Best Buzz. We were the winners of Battle of the Buzz. Woo woo purr. Woo woo. What was Battle of the Buzz? Battle of the Buzz was this fabulous thing where we battled to see who was the best buzz day. And y'all pulled through. Thank you so much. Friday did, in fact, win. So that's why I'm allowed to say that we're the best buzz, because it is official.
But how much did we win by, Gabi?
We won. We had 65 points, and the second place, which was tied, had 24 points. So we were, I think we were a little bit ahead.
A little bit. We doubled it.
I think
We did.
I think it was clear who was going to win.
I mean,
you know?
obviously it was clear. So thanks guys for voting.
Thank you.
I am your host, Gabi Lutz, joined by my co-host, Terry Dickerson, our newscaster, Amanda Gaddiosi, and our sportscaster, Emily Strebel. Emily Strebel. So we have a great show for you guys today. We are going to be talking about updates on the American Dream Mall shooting, a Bergen County protest, and a new New Jersey sex education curriculum, and strange milky liquid flowing from New Jersey waterways. Weird. But that's going to be throughout the next hour. For now, hey Amanda.
Hello.
Hey, do you want to do that thing that you do called a news update? I'm doing the little simpy hands.
So polite.
You have to say yes.
Yes.
Cool, do it.
Jesus.
All
Do
right, I'm going to be talking about the explosions in Kyiv as the Russians rain fire on Ukraine. Russia hit targets from practically one end of Ukraine to the other Thursday, including Kyiv, bombarding the city while the head of the United Nations was visiting in the boldest attack on the capital since Moscow's forces retreated weeks ago. Nearly a dozen civilians were wounded in the attack on Kyiv, and this all unfolded barely an hour after Ukrainian President Zelensky held a news conference with the UN Secretary General. In national news, the Oklahoma legislature on Thursday passed a bill banning abortion beyond 6 weeks of pregnancy, adding to the list of abortion restrictions that have made their way through the states in recent weeks. The ban also has implications beyond Oklahoma. Since September, Oklahoma's abortion landscape has changed as the state's southern neighbor, Texas, banned abortion beyond 6 weeks of pregnancy. Oklahoma has since been overwhelmed with patients from Texas seeking abortions. The University of Texas has said that the Oklahoma has provided around 45% of all abortions for Texans who have traveled across state lines to evade the new restrictions. The Oklahoma governor said earlier this month that he hopes legislation will curb that trend. In local news, 3 police officers jumped into the Delaware River and pulled a woman from a car that plunged into the water Thursday in Gloucester City. The vehicle ended up on its roof after the crash, reportedly after 1 p.m., just south of the Freedom Pier, according to police. The officers jumped into the river and freed the trapped victim. Police said in a news release they provided medical aid to the woman while in the water. The weather today is currently clear and 43 degrees. The high for today is 62 degrees with a low of 42.
You are lovely.
Thanks.
She kills it every
you're
time.
Every time. Fabulous. Every single time. Every single week.
Thank you.
Amazing. Emily Strebel.
Yes.
Sports.
The NFL draft started Thursday night, and the first pick for the Jaguars was Georgia Edgewalker. Wow, I really can't talk today. Let's start over.
It's okay.
The NFL draft started Thursday night, and for the first pick, Jaguars took Georgia edge rusher Javon Walker. Cardinals Nolan Arnando and Giannis Cabrera were suspended for 2 games after a bench clearing incident occurred Wednesday versus the Mets. This bench clearing brawl stemmed from a series of pitches that wound up hitting the hitter. After a pitch went high, tensions boiled over and resulted in a brawl, but no punches were thrown. With the NHL season winding to a close, the Florida Panthers are now the President's Trophy winners for the first time in franchise history. They finished the regular season with 122 points. As we head into the postseason, one team could be without their star. Washington Capitals' Alexander Ovechkin sat out for the second game in a row due to an upper body injury and is currently considered day-to-day. He left the game early Tuesday night against Toronto after crashing to the boards off of a breakaway. The Caps struggled without their captain, losing to the Islanders 1-5. The NHL 2022 playoffs will start May 2nd. Moving on to the NBA, the Philadelphia 76ers went on the road for Game 6 and crushed the Toronto Raptors. They won 132-97, taking the first round 4-2. They will now move on to face the number 1 seed Miami Heat in the second round. Here in Montclair, Tyler McCreary scored his 200th point for men's lacrosse Wednesday against Kane. The Red Hawks went on to win 16-11. That's all I have for sports.
Sports. You're fabulous,
Sports.
Emily. We love Emily here. Don't shake your head.
I'm just tired, man.
I get it. I can feel the vibes. I can feel the energy. And that is okay. Every once in a while, we need to sage. Just the
I'm
whole stream. Just
dead.
sage it. We're not actually gonna do that. Please don't come after us. But we do. We need to sage it because energy off. But it's okay.
We're
We got it.
tired.
We're doing it. We're
Turn
all
it
tired
up.
here.
Turn it up.
We're gonna move into Lara is dancing in the camera. Fabulous. Hi, metamates. Okay.
Hi.
So we're gonna move into our first story because I know you guys are so excited. I know I am. Well, yeah, I am. Sure. Yeah, that. So we're gonna move into our first story. Lara's looking at me. Motive. Yeah, no. Can we just take a break? No, I'm kidding. Motive in American Dream Mall shooting is revealed as betting game dispute. The cops say. The American Dream Mall shooting that prompted a lockdown and evacuation earlier this month came after a dispute involving a sleight of hand betting game in a parking deck involving 3 men, according to the New Jersey State Police. The accused gunman and Warstort, 20 of Brooklyn, and another unnamed man parked at the Mega Mall in East Rutherford on April 7th and were approached by a third man they didn't know who offered them a chance to gamble for cash, according to an affidavit. Is that a word? Crazy. Of
Affidavit.
probable. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that right. That's okay. Of probable cause filed by police. Say the word.
Affidavit.
States the man
Yes.
offering the bet was quote was in possession of over $6,000 in cash and utilized some of it to put up on the game. End quote. Stewart was arrested last week and charged with attempted murder, attempted robbery, conspiracy, and weapons related offenses in the shooting. It was not immediately clear on Thursday whether the accomplice had been charged, and state police did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Authorities said the shooting victim, who suffered life-threatening injuries, was taken to Hackensack University Medical Center and was expected to survive. Don't we love updates?
Not when they're like this.
No.
No, not particularly.
That was 100% sarcasm. We do not like updates like this.
It was a badumtis kind of, but this is just really frustrating because you wanted to play with people's lives,
of course, because why wouldn't they?
For some money, and like I just can't wrap my mind around this.
Yeah,
how could you possibly think that's okay?
Yeah, no, for sure. Because when I first heard about this shooting in the American Dream Mall, I thought it was more of a just like a robbery type kind of thing.
That's what I thought too.
This was not what I expected.
This is the last thing I expected. It kind of, I don't know if this is distasteful, because it kind of reminds me of Squid Games, like when the guy is just like, I'll give you money if you do this.
Not just tasteful, it's valid.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess Squid Games is a commentary on Korea's government.
But anyway. $6,000? You did that for $6,000?
Was it
worth it? Are you kidding me?
You're going to jail now.
$6,000. That probably can't even pay your bail. It definitely cannot pay your bail.
Right.
Hello?
It's just,
hello?
It's just temporary relief. And like in times of need, people get desperate, but like this just does not justify anything.
No,
it doesn't.
No,
and I don't understand how money can just make people so crazy and delusional to the point where they would believe like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put people's lives, like literally the victim is suffering life-altering injuries because you wanted to make a gamble
and could have been dead. That's
and
the whole
could
thing.
Have died. Like several
could
people
have
could have died.
And you just don't see the problem with that.
Exactly. And this stems all the way down to making our communities feel unsafe to go absolutely anywhere just because of how guns are treated and misused in this country.
Yeah, exactly.
All because you needed to get a quick fix of money.
And now the American Dream Mall, who has not been doing well financially, by the way, is going to have people who don't want to go there now. Like, it's funny because it's not funny, but it kind of is a coincidence. how literally the week before this happened, not even like a couple days before, I was like, hey, I want to go to the American Dream Mall. And then we ended up not going. But it's just like, I almost went there like a couple days before and then I didn't.
Right.
And it's just like, and if I had been there,
Imagine.
that would have been such a weird feeling, you know? So, but now I'm like, I still want to go. I still want to see what it's like, but also like, do I want to go? You know, like
Yeah.
just in case.
It's scary now because now when it happens in your own backyard, like we were talking a couple weeks ago, it makes you more aware of it and it makes you more cautious of where you are and like what you're doing and more conscious of your environment. And we shouldn't have to feel that looming sense of
Exactly.
I could be in a really terrible situation today because somebody else wanted to make a not smart decision and my life could be altered because of somebody else's really dumb decision. And just having that looming threat, that's a really anxiety ridden.
Yeah, that's
like,
that's like the thing about life is that like you can be as careful as possible and still end up having something bad happen to you. And that's what's awful is like, you know, especially when parents worry about these things with their children, they're like be safe. And it's like, I could be as safe as possible, but if the person next to me isn't being safe or like isn't thinking like that,
exactly,
that could be it. And that's where it's scary.
And that was the unfortunate reality of the person who got hurt and the people who were just there in general.
They just wanted to shop, maybe go ride some rides.
Some people had work. Some people had work. You know?
And that's like scary to just go to work and be like, this is happening at my job right now.
Exactly.
Because then you have to still go back the next day or something. Like maybe not the next day, but like, you know, a couple days later, you're gonna have to eventually go back to your job.
Exactly.
Where you feel unsafe.
And speaking of jobs, Bergen County isn't doing too hot in terms of working folk. And this is why nearly 200 Bergen County social services employees are protesting over contract talks. So they are protesting outside of their office on Thursday after working without a contract for 14 months. Social services employees have been working with an expired contract since December 2020, and there hasn't been negotiations since August. CWA Local 1089 President Dolores Phillips said, quote, talks have been broken off and nothing is happening. There's been no movement or talks since December. There's been no communication at all, end quote. Close to 200 employees and union supporters chanted, Bergen County, you're no good. Treat your workers like you should, end quote. And quote, if we don't get a contract, you get no peace, end quote. Outside their office building Thursday afternoon on their lunch break shifts. They then marched in a loop toward the highway near the Passaic Street entrance in Rochelle Park. The Board of Social Services helps residents connect with benefits like Medicaid and the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program and temporary assistance to needy families. Employees took scattered shifts protesting outside on their lunch breaks. The union represents just over 200 employees. Phillips said, quote, we just want a fair, equitable union contract. They aren't even talking to us, end quote. Scott Motery, acting director of the county board, did not immediately respond to a message for comment. Phillips says she didn't want to release too many specifics of what they are looking for in a new contract because they are still trying to open up communications. Whew. It's the thing that unionizing different areas of the workforce, people treat unions very poorly.
Oh, very much.
And it's disheartening to see more employees begging for at least some communication and them not even getting an answer back. And it frustrates me just as an outside perspective when you see so many different institutions and companies, etc., have poor communication and you see that your employees are suffering. How can you sit there and hear these concerns from 200 employees and not respond or are not quick to act? Because these are the people who are helping you
and
do what you do.
My whole thing is it's not, and this is not to make these other employees for other companies feel bad, but it's not like it's like a McDonald's and they're just going on a strike or whatever and you're not getting your burger. You know? Like that you could just go somewhere else to get your burger. Like, not to put those employees down, that's not what I'm saying, but like social services is very important. I mean, you literally said it as you were reading over the story. Like they help residents connect with benefits like Medicaid, supplemental nutrition assistance, and temporary assistance to needy families. Like these are very important things and topics and subjects that need to be dealt with. And so these employees are not getting what they need, and now they're protesting, and they're not doing the jobs that are really important.
They are so like these resources. I've even have to use like SNAP and Medicaid when I was growing up too, because my family needed it. And to know that the people behind those resources for the rest of us are just wanting a contract and a stronger union and resources to support them in doing that for the New Jersey community, there needs to be something done for those people, and word needs to come out, and they need to have those conversations. And it's conversations that are happening across the workforce about unionizing and being better resources for our workers across the country. And it's when people in leadership positions within those institutions, when they don't want to spark those conversations, it really shows how poor their communication is and how much respect they hold for their workers, which seems to be not that much.
Yeah, no. In this case, it's the people who give the resources need resources themselves, and it needs to be given.
Exactly. So I hope that gets sorted out soon and they start having conversations, because it's unacceptable.
It is unacceptable. In any workforce, it's unacceptable.
Absolutely.
You should be treating your employees.
You should be properly compensated, not just through money.
Exactly. Like, and these people, like, they're not just doing the job to do the job. They're doing the job because
for other people. It's social services
for other
too.
people, and they need themselves certain benefits, and that's why they're working. Exactly. They're not working just for funsies, like
yeah, it's a livelihood. They need it.
Exactly. So I hope that they get that figured out. I really do. But on that note, we're going to take a quick break here on the Morning Buzz, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about the new sex education curriculum standards in New Jersey. So stay tuned for that. But for now, enjoy this lovely little thing I've got for you.
If you love them enough to listen to them practice the same song on tuba,
I've got you, meta mates. See, I told you I had some great things for you guys. If you're on Facebook, you did not hear it, but that is okay, because those who are listening to the actual radio, they appreciated it. On that note, we are going to go on to our next story. Sometimes I have to sing.
She has to.
I have to. It's just the way I vibe, guys. Don't judge me.
She is a theater kid at heart.
I am a theater kid at heart. I'm seeing Jeremy Jordan today. And
I knew it. I was like, I have to give you that. I'm so excited, Jeremy.
Jeremy Jordan, if you're listening.
You're probably, I'm going to say you are. Just
yes.
for our.
Oh, Jeremy is listening.
Yeah.
For sure. Hi. I love you. I'm seeing you tonight. And I'm so excited.
You, and I miss you.
That is, in fact, a reference.
That's a Vine.
From a Vine.
Don't think we're weird.
Don't think we're weird.
Unless you do, then that's okay.
I mean, I am weird, so it wouldn't be wrong. Okay, we need to move on to the story.
Anyways.
Me avoiding the story. So, as I said earlier, the top New Jersey education official is grilled on new sex education curriculum standards. So on Thursday, the Murphy administration's top education official was questioned in Trenton over learning learning standards that will include lessons on sex education and gender identity. It is a topic that has become very controversial among parents and politicians across New Jersey. Acting Education Commissioner Dr. Angelica Allen McMillian says that the proposed lesson plans that angered parents in Westfield were not from her department, but from an independent organization. She said, quote, "There are families who expect the public school system to be responsive to the needs of all children, and these standards are designed to ensure that we can be responsive and respectful," end quote. Some parents and Republicans like Senator Mike Testa are still angry after seeing that the Westfield lesson plans included teaching first graders to define sexual abuse and second graders to identify parts of male and female genitalia. Testa asked Alec McMillan, quote, "Do you believe that it would be appropriate for someone's neighbor to show their 8-year-old child that material?" End quote. With then Alan McMillian responded, quote, "When we look at particularly going to lower grades, the K through 2 band, it's important that we use opportunity to shatter some stereotypes or gender norming that can occur, such as all girls should take art and all boys are good at math," end quote. But Testa was not satisfied with that answer and demanded that she answer either yes or no. Alan McMillian answered, quote, "The answer is I'm an educational expert. I'm not an expert on neighbors. I'm unable to speak to that," end quote. So this is definitely a controversial thing, as you know, when you're talking about the knowledge of, you know, first graders, second graders, it can get kind of complicated because they are still very young.
I agree. I think claiming that first and second graders shouldn't know the definition of sexual abuse and can't identify their own genitalia, I think they should be able to, because in the world that we live in, I don't want, for example, if I had a child, I wouldn't want them calling their parts anything that kind of infantilizes it, or it's like related to an object or things like that, like, because people do that with their kids. And I want my child to be like, this is what it's called, and it's not in a sexual way, it's just anatomy, and it's just knowledge, because God forbid if anything happens, they could say this person did this here and specify where it happened and understand where your parts are. And it's not like a taboo thing to talk about, and it shouldn't be a taboo thing. It's your body, you should be comfortable with it and start talking about your body and that, and just as it is. It doesn't even have to be in a sexual way.
And, you know, talking about it doesn't have to be like incredibly like intense, you know, like just to inform, like, hey, this is a thing. And, you know, and talk about it in words, in terms for children, you know.
It's just a matter of how you develop the curriculum so that you can ease them into these conversations when they reach high school age, when you start actually talking about sexual activity and things like that for educational purposes. But there's no harm in telling a child, like, this is what's on your body, understanding your body, like, this is what this is called, this is what this is called, because kids,
and if somebody comes after that, that's a problem.
That exactly. And
I feel like, same token though, as a parent, you should be responsible enough to teach your children what
absolutely
that is, but like, why should it be put on? Like, I feel like this is a sore topic to talk about, because kids are kids and they're going to be like, why, what's that mean, why, and so bringing that into a classroom setting, I feel like it's just going to create so many conversations that shouldn't be had by teachers that are underpaid in the first place.
That's true. I agree. I think it's just how they want to develop the curriculum and what they need to illustrate those bounds, because like some parents are more conservative than others and want to shield their parents, shield their children in that way. And I think it hurts the child, like, in the long run, for not knowing at least the terminology of what is on their body. If they can do head, shoulders, knees, and toes, they can, like, at least learn more about the things they go to the bathroom with and things, you know. They should be able to identify it, kind of understand this is what this does, in the sense of, like, this is how you relieve yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
No, that makes sense. But there are also, like, on the case of sexual abuse, like, there are children who are in first grade who have dealt with sexual abuse. That's not, and it's a tough topic for sure.
Exactly.
But there are, and unfortunately they don't understand it. And then when they get older, you know, so much trauma comes out of that. And I mean, either way, trauma is going to come out of that. But maybe if they understand it from more of a young age, it could, in fact, you know, help them understand when they're older.
Exactly. And I don't think it's a matter of explaining to them necessarily the the mechanics of sex. It's more so these are boundaries that people should not cross with your body. This is where people should not be touching you at all. And or things about how to communicate with boundaries are like, no, I don't want you to put your hands on me and things like that. And if somebody does, how to identify that a boundary has been crossed with those children, because unfortunately enough, there's children who deal with these things, and there's children who don't understand when certain people have crossed that boundary, whether it's a relative or a friend, et cetera, and that's just the world that we live in.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't think necessarily it's harmful for children to understand that this is your body, you have agency over your body, and nobody should be violating your space. And you can still save those other steps about sexual activity and things like that when they get to high school or wherever they decide to implement the sex ed part. But I don't see really any harm with this as long as they develop it well. I feel like sometimes things are slapped together without too much thought, and that's been a lot of, like, an issue with a lot of lesson plans with a lot of schools.
I mean, realistically, we were learning about these things in 4th grade at my school.
Yeah, you either learn from
and it was
searching
weird.
the internet way
and it was
too much.
so weird when they did, because they just sprung it upon us and they were like, okay, boys go to one room, girls go to the other room
for the puberty talk.
And it was weird, and it was like, and none of us understood because it was just like thrown upon us and we had no clue what it was before.
And they kind of expect you to
just know and understand.
Yes.
And it's like, no, you're building from the ground up. If you don't if you don't put these certain things into our heads earlier, which I know it stinks because it's like kids should just be kids, but also like it's a way to help understand, because there are a lot of people who are in high school and they still don't understand a lot of things. And and when you get to high school, you're at that age, and for like it's just the truth about it is that you're at that age where these topics get brought up a lot, and some kids still don't understand, and that is how unsafe things occur.
Exactly, out of ignorance and like being uneducated. And it's not necessarily, depending on situationally, it's not always the student's fault for not knowing. I'm using that very loosely because like things happen and obviously people should be held accountable. But if you just go about your high school life not knowing certain things, I don't think that's very fair to somebody who wants to understand their body. And I think that's a resource that should be provided, starting with understanding what certain parts of your body are called. And I don't see that's very much harm
it's
in
the same, like you said earlier, it's the same as head, shoulders, knees, and toes. It's just making sure that you know your whole body.
And I don't think we should make those like genitalia necessarily a taboo thing.
No, and it shouldn't be, and it doesn't have to be sexualized as
it doesn't.
a child.
And I think that's where people are worried that they don't want their children being exposed to sex. And I get that, because obviously that's a fine line where 1st and 2nd grade, that's very young to be talking about that. But in an anatomy sense, yes, they need to know. If they go to the doctor and they want to communicate something's not right in my areas, and they go to the doctor and the doctor's talking about it while they're in the room, if it's something that you can talk about in the doctor's office, I think a child should
for sure
be able to know.
I think that's just, and that's just the way that it's going to be. So at that point,
it's a touchy subject.
It's got to be, and that it's still a very touchy subject and still kind of controversial. So they're gonna have to figure that out. We'll figure out a happy medium between the two.
We'll see how it pans out, not only in New Jersey but throughout the country,
of course.
But moving on to our fourth story, not second, sorry. A milky liquid was flowing through New Jersey City's waterways. It's not harmful, but the source is unknown, says the mayor. A milky substance with the consistency of paint flowed Wednesday through waterways in Passaic County city that is not harmful, but officials aren't sure where it came from. Passaic Mayor Hector Laura told New Jersey Advanced Media on Thursday, quote, "The substance was determined not to pose any immediate danger, neither to the residents in the air through vapor or to the wildlife in the area," end quote. A resident walking through 3rd Ward Memorial Park at about 12:50 p.m. noticed the brook turning white and reported the finding to Laura. Laura said he notified city health officials and went to the park to see for himself. He said, quote, "It was probably within a half an hour we saw a very drastic color change in the water, white with a blue hue," end quote. The substance contaminated Hughes Lake, a large pond that feeds into a local brook and flows into the Passaic River. The contamination was visible in only a small part of the river, but filled the city's waterways. Laura said, quote, even if this is non-hazardous, and it wasn't, it's still illegal to dump any substance or material into any body of water, down a storm drain or down a manhole or any of these things. We're going to continue to investigate, end quote.
I have questions.
What are your questions?
So if they don't know what it is, how do they know it's non-hazardous?
That's what I was thinking.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah, because I was like,
I
did you
don't
test
understand.
it? Like, what is it?
Because if you tested it, then shouldn't you know what it is?
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like
And-
science is at that point.
Right. Are we Passaic County? We are Passaic County.
Are we?
not?
I don't know. I'm from South Jersey.
Yes, this
We
is
are-
the same.
Okay, we're in Passaic County, guys.
I'm
Should I know that?
I don't know.
Probably. I am from Camden County. So
Camden County
wait.
represent
Camden County
in the house.
I'm Passaic County.
Oh no, wait, we're Essex County.
Yeah, I was gonna say
We're Essex.
where I live is Passaic. We're up, so
Okay.
Oh, okay. So we're in
Forgot.
Essex County. Sorry,
It's
guys.
just
Oh
in my
wait, okay.
backyard
So
that there's
so
pain
here's
in
what it is:
water.
Montclair is Essex and Little Falls is Passaic. So we're kind of like
Oh,
in
We're-
between.
We're on the cusp.
We're on the cusp.
But anyways,
This is kind of gross.
this is awful.
Even if it's non-hazardous, I don't want to touch it.
Summer's coming up. You want to go take a dip in a pool of
You want
water?
to go take a dip in the milky water? Ew.
yeah,
disgusting.
I'm thinking
Unless
of like
it's
those.
Unless
like,
it's an oatmeal bath or a milk bath,
Oh,
I
yeah.
want nothing to do
I was
with it.
thinking of like a
Oh.
milk bath, but I hope.
I
I
think
think
a milk bath. A milk bath. Yeah, have you never seen a milk bath?
you never seen
No.
those photos of girls, like
Of
the
girls
professional
in the milk
photos in the
baths?
bath, and the water's
There's like
white.
rose petals in it. Did you say the
Yeah.
water is wet?
No,
I thought you were like, and the water is wet,
and
I
the
was
water's
like,
white.
She's
Oh.
white, bro.
I was like,
Is the water wet?
um,
That's the next segment. Anyway,
Oh,
is
no.
water wet?
but if someone dumps stuff into the waterways, I'm gonna be really angry, and it's likely that happened because either unless there was like a leak somewhere,
There might have been a leak.
there might have been a leak, but also someone might have dumped stuff, and if that's the case, I just
Shame on you.
do people. I'm not even
doesn't-
gonna ask that question because a lot
People
of
don't think about the
they
consequences.
don't think about the consequences. They don't think about the environment at all. Why would you do that if that's the case? But even so, even if it was a leak, we need to think about how we do pipes and things like that
Yeah,
in
like
terms
it
of the
should probably
environment
shouldn't be
anyways.
within important waterways.
Exactly. It's
Just a thought.
I just would really appreciate, I think all of us would appreciate if we considered our environments and
Yeah.
our water supplies a little bit more.
For sure.
But honestly, please,
like weird. I hope they like.
I
figure
hope
it
you
out.
and whoever's listening that's a part of this investigation, please tell us what it is
Yeah, right. Like, please,
in a timely manner
we beg.
so I don't drink the water.
Yeah, no, because because
Were
I'm
you
gonna go.
drink the lake water anyway.
Just if I happen to be in Passaic County
I
and
mean,
wanted,
this is tap water right here, so
I will in
it
fact.
looks clear to me.
it looks good.
I know. I think they're like trying to make it nice, but I will in fact use water bottles if I have to. I will not use a water bottle.
Gotta build my immune system back up. So
Oh my god.
I'm not drinking that water. You will never catch me drinking that water.
You're gonna be immune to COVID
nah, in the
48
villa, it's straight
I
out of
will-
the tap with some Mio, maybe.
Oof.
with some Mio.
This is literally in the dark. I filled up this water bottle in my kitchen out of the
That-
tap.
That is
Wow,
disgusting.
That's brave.
I'm kidding.
I guess
Actually,
I'm a
no.
dying breed. Got it.
Well, I do. Because I take my water from the tap and I put it in my little Brita filter.
Mm.
And
You
it
know, we have one
filters.
of those. I
You
don't
just
want
don't do
to
it.
refill it. If there's
Yeah.
water, why like
We also have the case
that's
of
true.
waters, which I know plastic is really bad for the earth,
I
Um,
hate water bottles.
but I like to
that.
just grab one and go.
I know I'm
Such a
really bad
waste.
with that.
I'm really
too.
bad at it. Like it's.
Me and my roommates did away with the Brita because we kept forgetting to fill
It's
it.
such
Well,
a
I don't.
waste
I
of
sometimes I
money,
forget, and then
though.
I suddenly remember, and then I clean it out and I use it again.
Because
'cause I was
this
like,
is what we did, right? But we got a whole thing. We realized that we were like, why are we using the Brita if we fill our water bottles with the Brita and then use tap water ice cubes? And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay. Well,
I mean,
Yeah,
they
that's
make
so
a good point,
true.
but the Brita filtered water tastes better than straight out of the tap.
I agree. I can't do
I
tap water. I'm
stand
so
up.
sorry.
Well, because at home we live in an apartment right now, and the water at that apartment is awful. It's so disgusting tasting. I don't know why, but when we put it in the Brita filter and we take and then we drink from there, it tastes fine.
I'm so concerned with the fact
So-
that water tastes different.
I know.
But hear me out. Like, if you get cases of water, cool. But like it makes more garbage, so you gotta like or recycling. You gotta take it out more. So that's just stuff you don't want to do, and then you gotta waste money. It's like $3 or $4,
That's
depending
fair.
upon how much you like what you get.
Yeah.
Just for a case of water that you could literally get out of your tap, that
That's
you
so
could
true.
like filter. I don't know.
Yeah. You make but
Financial literacy with Emily Struble.
you make a good point.
Oh my God.
Will I continue to do what I've been doing?
Yes.
Probably.
I'm just broke, so I'm like
No, and I
$3
get
in a
that.
case of water.
I've gotten
possibly a
away.
drink at the bar.
I've gotten away. I've gotten away all school year without having to buy the cases of water.
I
Because I buy
refuse.
other stuff. So because I'm like, it worst comes worst, if we don't have water bottles, I'll just drink out of the Brita. I don't care. But my roommates care. So when they buy the water bottles, I just use the water bottle.
Fair.
So
That's fair.
financial literacy with Gabi. Just let your roommates buy it.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
On that note, we are going to I'm so funny. We're gonna take a quick break once again. I know you're so sad when we take breaks. I know,
They must be.
so sad because then you don't hear our beautiful voices.
Yeah.
But but when we get back, we will be talking about staycations. We will talk about the NFL draft because sports and good stuff like that. So stay tuned here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair.
WMSC would like to welcome students
Wasn't trying
new
to
and
laugh at you,
old to
but I just
MSU.
imagined,
We are
like, a
pointing out
very
some of the
dirty
services and rules
head
on
are back here on the Morning Buzz Friday edition. You're welcome. I know y'all love hearing my voice every week. I know y'all love hearing my voice.
vocals.
My voice.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Did Lara just hit her head again? It was a soft little
It was
pop.
a little love tap.
It was a soft little. Yeah, exactly, a bonk. You need to stop hitting your head. I know what that one about, but you need to stop hitting your head. It's looking at me. Hello, camera. We're talking about the camera in the studio, by the way.
Ayo.
Ayo. A. Oh. Okay. I know. I prefer to just make my own sound effects. But we're gonna get into some more news stories. Yay!
Bing bang.
Emily is taking the mouse away from like little gremlin. Go back to the corner.
Scatter,
Little gremlin. Okay, so we're having a great time in here. So, 2/3 of Americans are more interested in staycations this year to feel nostalgia.
nostalgia to COVID.
3 out of 5 Americans think they've wasted their summer if they haven't traveled anywhere, according to a new poll. The poll, which surveyed 2,000 adults, revealed 58% are either planning a spring vacation or already have one in place for this year.
The mouth sounds.
Meanwhile, the average respondent took about 4 different vacations per year when they were a kid. Conducted by OnePoll on behalf of the Road Pass Digital, the survey asked respondents to explore how their past childhood travels might inform their current plans. Today, almost 2/3, that is 63%, of respondents are more interested in planning staycations, trips that are closer to home, than they were a few years ago. This could be because of issues that weren't at the forefront of people's minds in the previous years, like uncertainty surrounding the pandemic and overcrowding, which response cited as concerns for this upcoming summer. Another 63% said they are looking to travel more within their home state during the summer than other seasons, possibly due to similar worries. So I pose a question: vacation or staycation?
The question is, do millennials have money to go on a vacation?
No, they do not.
Because they don't have money to buy a house. Because they don't have money to buy a house either.
Buy a house. They're like, should I eat today or should I drive my car to the
Should I?
grocery
No, it's
store
should
and
I
buy
eat
more?
today? No, it's should I eat today or should I just take a nap
Or just like live
to
out
fill
my
the void?
pixie dream girl.
Also, not only that, due to the pandemic, some people are afraid to travel out of the country in case of another spike,
That is fair.
and then being stuck in another
It's
country.
really bad in Beijing right now.
Yeah,
like,
so I know that's
if
the
you
thing with
plan
my
on going to
family.
China.
My family loves to travel outside of the country, but because of
boosh.
COVID, we are scared that we're gonna like plan this trip and then all of a sudden it's gonna be like zoop, and then it's gonna be really bad, and then we're gonna be stuck with really bad bad stuck in other country. Is that bad? I don't know,
Stranded.
but also stranded. So that's the issue at hand. My mother just texted me and she went in all caps, vacation. We love vacation.
Yay!
I love vacation. I love going to different countries.
I haven't
love
been on one in a while.
I love
I've
traveling.
never been on a plane.
So the question
Really?
is,
Yeah.
Let's
so
go.
the
You're
question
right.
is, vacation or staycation?
Ooh.
Go around the room. Terry,
Ooh, vacation.
vacation. Amanda,
I mean, I've never been on a vacation really far, so I guess vacation. I would like to try it.
Emily.
I have like
If
three
you
li-
had
You
money,
look
if
dead.
I had money, I have 3 lined up right now. So, yeah.
Wow.
Going to OBX in August.
that's
going down
that's
to-
low key a staycation.
Dude, is it?
It's still in the country.
Oh, I've never left the country.
That
If I
is not a
could-
staycation.
It's not a staycation, so I'll give you that. But also, like, I'm thinking like leaving the country.
If I had a passport,
Yeah,
I would
must be nice.
100% go to like England or Japan.
England is so
Absolutely.
fun.
I want to go to
Seems so fun.
Japan really badly.
Japan is
Japan's so
because
bad.
Japan is so technologically advanced.
Oh my god, I want to get like hot soup out of a vending
Yeah,
machine.
did you
see
so
that?
bad.
I want to
kinda-
get. There's like a you don't have to talk to a waiter type ramen restaurant.
Oh my god, it's like a
Ooh.
little cubicle.
Yes.
It's so cool.
It's the cutest thing
I
ever,
want one.
and you can kind of just press a button if you want more noodles.
My
That is
antisocial
so
needs are
cool.
fulfilled.
No, literally, that's amazing.
It's so cute.
I do in fact want to just one time, you know those pod hotels?
Yes.
I just want to go into one and see what it's like.
And normally there's either one person working the desk and the rest of it is kind of unmanned.
Yeah, and
or
it's
like there's
just
like
your own little
fully
pod.
unmanned ones.
And it's
And
truly
it's
just
really
a
interesting.
little like I mean, if you're claustrophobic, it's probably not good for you. But if you're not claustrophobic, I mean, it'd be kind of fun to just see because it's truly like a little pod.
It's just a cubby.
It's like a
Have you seen them?
No,
yeah,
never.
they're
gonna
like a
pull up
little
a
cubby that
picture
you
for
can
you.
sleep in.
Wait, Gabby, vacation or staycation?
I'm a vacation type of person.
Oh, we knew.
My mom's over here like staycations are when you stay home and do day trips. Yeah, I know, mom. But I'm going off of now. Are we leaving the country or are we not leaving the country?
No, I feel like
Yeah.
vacation is like, do you
Oh.
leave?
They just
Do you
literally
go
sleep in
without
Do you
like
go
a 2 hour? Like,
yeah, no, that's
so
true.
cute.
Staycations are not my vibe. Unless it's like the shore for a weekend. Those are kind of fun.
You could
Stay-
do the shore
yeah.
staycation too.
yeah, because
Yeah, because they're
it's
like
still in New
it's-
Jersey.
Staycations are like
But what about like
Nearby.
'Cause I can do it-
camping,
'cause
like,
I
in
can
a
do-
tent, like
Well,
It
camping
depends
going
on
to the
how
shore.
camping.
far.
It depends
That's
on
like
where you're
3
going.
hours for me. That's why.
If you're camping at like Yellowstone,
Mm.
that's a vacation.
that's a vacation.
But if you're camping at like your local woods, like
Your
Batstow,
local woods.
Mm,
that's not.
that's fair.
That's yeah. But my whole thing is like I would consider Ocean City, New Jersey a staycation because I can go there for a day trip and I do go there for day trips.
Yeah,
But I also
true.
would like to rent a house and stay there for a weekend, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, anything in Jersey is definitely a staycation.
Yeah, for
Even
sure.
if it is like a vacation, like you're going for a week, it's still a staycation because you're like an hour away. You can just go home
Exactly.
at
Yeah,
any
it's
time.
just a few hours.
Precisely.
Mm.
So I mean, I'm all vacation. I want to go to Greece really bad.
Greece is
Ooh,
beautiful.
That is
All
my
right, Mamma Mia.
dream. Yes, you know, I want to live my Mamma Mia dreams. I want to dress like Sophie and Donna, and I just want to live
You look so
my
cute.
dreams. Let me think.
You're welcome.
Let's talk about football.
Football.
This is like fully not.
How
really-
dare you just interrupt my Mamma Mia dreams to be like football? How dare you? I'm over here fantasizing about how I'm gonna meet the 3 guys. One of them's going to be the father of my child, and da 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 da.
And so the
Let
plot
it be known that
goes,
we've had this conversation multiple times.
We have this conversation.
let the record show that Emily's tired of the conversation.
And-
It's not
she's
just
over
you.
here-
It's also Jessica, my roommate, and my other roommate, Maddie, who fantasize about
Tell
this.
me you don't want to be young Donna. She was
I've never
so
watched it. I refuse to.
I will
What?
make you watch it.
I'll
By
be
the end
honest,
of the semester,
I
you
haven't.
will have watched both Mamma Mia.
That's a trick right there, because she thinks she can get me to watch.
I think I can do anything.
Okay.
The other day, I'm
Did you
literally
talk about sports?
Battle of the Besties.
pause. The other day, I had fake nails on, and I was like, oh, I love like head rubs with the nails on, like the head
feel
scratches.
called
It
out.
feels so good. And
Sketches.
Emily's like, I hate them. And I was like, have you had a head scratch from the fake nails recently? And she's like, no. So I went over to her and I was doing the little like head scratch with my fake nails, and she kind of liked it. And I was like,
Your
"Mhm,
pride.
that's what I thought.
Emily's getting
You liked
red.
the head scratch with the nails. Yeah. Yeah. And then I had her girlfriend come over and keep rubbing her head with the nails because she liked it. And she didn't want to admit that she liked it. She was so mad. So I just called
Is
you
this
out.
gonna be the
See?
same case for Mamma Mia? then?
Yes, she's going. I'm going to. I'm going to
You're
duct tape her.
crying.
I am
Yeah,
going
he's
to
gonna
duct
cry
tape her
again.
eyes
Oh
open.
my god,
And
who's
she
the
will-
dad? Football.
We still don't know who's the dad. But because if I hear Emily go, can we talk about
Yeah,
football one more
Since
time?
Emily's
I'm
so
going
adamant
to
on
lose
this
my
football story.
marbles. Okay, lose my marbles. We still have
Football.
over an hour left, Emily. We have plenty of time. I'm
Okay,
going
we
to
got
lose.
to talk about more sports, and I won't mess up my next sports update.
Are
I'll
you?
get
Because
it
you're more
100%.
alive
Oh,
right
do you
now,
want to take
right?
it?
Do you want
No,
to?
no, no.
Do you want
like
to do
my-
this story?
No.
Do you
That's
wanna-
on you, Terry.
do you
but,
wanna
like,
do
my
the story?
next sports update at the top of the hour is gonna
Got
be
you, got you, got you.
fire.
All right.
I can't believe Emily just crushed my Mamma Mia dreams. How dare you?
I can't believe Gabi called me out like that.
I did.
live.
Emily got
I mean,
so
it's
red.
7:49 a.m.
I look, I
They're
look,
fighting
look.
again.
Mom, the
Mom,
girls are fighting.
Pick me up. I'm scared. Anyways, anyways,
Terry's gonna pick it up since Emily so badly doesn't want to
Let's
pick up this story that
go.
she
That's
wanted
okay.
us to do.
She's
she'll
gonna
talk
feel
about
bad
it.
after she hears this and be like, "Wow, this is a great story."
No, I already read the story. I know what the story is.
It's so light.
It's cute and it's wholesome, but like,
It's
wow,
so
bro.
light and fun and wholesome, unlike this conversation right now. Anyways,
It was wholesome when we were talking about my Mamma Mia dreams.
I don't think everyone agreed, but
I think it was wholesome.
NFL
Let me live.
Draft 2022. This story's
The
kind
NFL
of like,
draft.
this story is kind of about the NFL draft, but not really. So a New Jersey team goes wild as he announces the Giants' number 5 pick as a Make-A-Wish recipient. Sam Prince knew who the Giants were taking in the NFL draft before nearly anyone in the world did. The 19-year-old from North Caldwell stepped to the podium after Commissioner Roger Goodell introduced him, looked directly into the cameras, and made the announcement that Giants fan had awaited for months. Prince was granted the honor to reveal the pick as part of a Make-A-Wish program. The lifelong Giants fan was born with hypoplastic left heart syndrome, a severe congenital defect in which the left side of one's heart is underdeveloped and only has one working lung. He had a heart transplant in March 2011, and while he continues to deal with health challenges, they haven't stopped him from cheering for his favorite team. Earlier this week, Prince learned that his wish would come true from former Giants quarterback Eli Manning, general manager Joe Schoen, and head coach Brian DeBall. ESPN filmed the moment for a feature that will air as part of the network's My Wish series in July. Prince's wish experience wasn't over when he stepped off the stage on Thursday night. He and his parents will spend 4 days in Las Vegas walking the red carpet with prospects and attending musical performances and other draft festivities. This is so sweet. I'm so happy for him. Emily, you saw the video, right?
It was amazing watching him go on the stage. At first I was like, who is this kid? And then I looked more into it. And I was absolutely blown away that an NFL team would actually do something like that. And I watched the video when he found out that he was going to be making the announcement, and his face lit up. He was absolutely stunned. It was so like they were just sitting in an office and they told him, and he was like, absolutely, oh my God. And he was so happy. He shook everybody's hand. It was just an amazing thing to watch. Definitely check it out.
I love these things. They make me so happy. And this is like a really good Make-A-Wish. Like, there are some Make-A-Wishes and they're like, I want to go to Disney World.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Well, those kids are young.
to each their own. But this one
Oh, this is really good.
is a really good one.
It is a
especially
really
if it's
good
something you're
one.
very passionate about, which obviously this child is. You know, it was a good one, and it was so wholesome for people to watch too as well. Oh,
Very sweet, very
my
sweet.
heart swells at it. I
Do
swear.
you guys have ever like met like a Make-A-Wish kid? I had one
No.
I went to high school with her, and her wish was to go to Italy because she has family in Italy. So she did. I don't know how long she stayed in Italy, but she stayed there for at least a week. But I
That's
think
so
it was longer,
nice.
and it was beautiful because she wasn't in the touristy areas
Mhm.
of Italy. But the Make-A-Wish Foundation is incredible for stuff like that.
Yeah,
Seriously.
exactly. I knew a girl who went to my school when I was in middle school, like middle and elementary kind of vibes. And I don't know if she ever did make a wish, but she did have leukemia, and I'm not gonna get all depressing because it got sad. But yeah, I think she might have been a Make-A-Wish kid, but I didn't know her personally. But that's probably the only Make-A-Wish that I
I
would
love
have
that
known.
foundation. They really
They
change
do
those
great
people's
things.
lives, seriously.
Yeah.
But that's great for him.
It's
That's such
so
a sweet story.
That was a sweet story. Oh, my little heart.
My little
My
heart.
little heart can't handle this.
Is your heart back together after
54.
your other dreams got crushed?
Yeah.
Wow. Peace is restored.
Peace is restored in the studio today.
Yay.
Emily, maybe I'll forgive you.
Same.
You're like, I didn't really have anything to forgive. But okay.
Moving on.
So
what are we moving on to?
we're gonna move on to the story. That's fabulous. It's fabuloso. Babe.
Fabuloso.
My Zoom just got in my way. Facebook, you metabates, you got in my way. It's okay. Oh, stop getting in my way. I can't do this. It's not letting me. Okay, there we go. Sorry. I just had technical difficulties and you just listened to me deal with that on air. Baby is out of the corner. Jennifer Grey returns for Dirty Dancing sequel.
Really?
Dirty Dancing has spawned its own mini universe since becoming a surprise hit in 1987. And now, 35 years after Johnny Castle, Patrick Swayze, took baby houseman Jennifer Grey out of the corner, the film is getting an appropriate sequel. Quote, Jennifer Grey returns to Kellerman's in the next chapter, end quote, said a voiceover featuring original footage of Dirty Dancing during Lionsgate's presentation at CinemaCon in Las Vegas on Thursday. Kellerman's, an upscale Catskills resort, is the setting of the baby's transformational summer with Johnny. There's no other information about There is no other information about this next chapter yet, though Dirty Dancing has been mined for many stories over the years. A short-lived TV series ran in 1988. There was a 2004 prequel, Dirty Dancing Havana Nights, a box office flop that didn't seem to have much in common with the original concept for Patrick Swayze playing a dance instructor. A stage version originating in Australia in 2004 before touring the world also proved popular. Then in 2017, ABC produced a critically derided TV movie featuring Abigail Breslin and Nicole Scherzinger. That's the word. Back in 2020, EW learned Grey was working on an as-yet untitled film with Lionsgate set back in the 90s, with Grey pulling double duty as lead and executive producer. It appears that this was the project, but let's hope it soars a bit higher than Havana Nights. So basically, if Dirty Dancing is your kind of film, and you loved that movie, fun fact, hot take, I have not fully seen Dirty Dancing.
Neither have I.
Neither have I.
Wow, you gave the story to the wrong group, Lara.
It's so true. But I've seen clips. I really like when they sing the love.
I love Dirty Dancing.
Take it away.
Whoa, two people just entered the studio. It's Lara and Mike. Mike,
Hi.
when did you get to the station? I'm so confused.
I slept here.
Did you really?
No, he did not.
Maybe.
That's why it smells in here.
Wow.
Got him.
Wow.
Our green room smelled like Monster when I walked in, but I don't think you drink Monster.
I don't. And the fact that
Oh.
you had to steal Ben's joke to get a roast in is sad. By the way, how have you not seen Dirty Dancing? Lara, take it away.
Dirty Dancing is such a great film.
I was joking with you, Mike.
Dirty Dancing is such a great film. I don't know.
Mike
if it-
was very angry at me
guys
for
don't
that.
I hate when the studio door
Sorry.
know.
How dare he slam the door?
A personal roast.
It wasn't, it was a joke. It was because Lara said that the green room was smelly.
It was.
And that
I
joke is
told
a
him
running joke that Ben does. I'm sorry, Mike, that you just so happened to be the head of that joke.
Listen, I picked up the garbage bag and there was just Monster pooled at the bottom of it, and I said that's why.
Ew.
It
Okay,
smelled
I
like
love
battery acid.
I love
low-key.
monsters, but I don't know if I'd love that scent in the
Terry's-
whole room.
Lara said that it smelled like battery acid. I was like, that's literally what Monster is. I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
Back to Dirty Dancing.
But Dr. Dirty Dancing, I have not seen it.
I love Dirty Dancing. It's such a great film, I gotta say.
That is so unfortunate for
and
me.
I know
guess.
we need to watch it.
We can watch it with Mamma Mia. Can we have smiley fries too? Emily, you're in for the long run.
half of them already.
I will buy more. Don't even test me. I
For
will buy
context,
more.
we love smiley fries here on the Friday morning buzz.
Yeah, if you
They've been
listen in
sitting
every
in my
week,
Harry
freezer
hasn't
for-
had them yet.
if you will listen in every week, you would know that.
They've been sitting in my freezer for 3 weeks, and I got kind of hungry. So.
It's okay. I get it. I
It's the
very
end of
much
the
get it.
semester.
It is the end of the semester. So yeah, I haven't seen it, but I'm sure this is exciting for those who have.
I don't know if it deserves a sequel, but
I don't know. I'm
it's
afraid
so
the sequel's not gonna be as
interesting
good.
the sequels are always gonna flop.
If they've done numerous spin-offs and sequels and stuff
That's
like
what
that,
I'm
and they have all
saying.
flopped, maybe that's a sign to just
Maybe
not
do something creative.
no.
Do something maybe like original.
Be original for once.
Can we do that?
Can we be original?
Dump it. Yeah.
What did you even? Okay,
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Okay,
was told to dump,
I don't know what. Okay,
but
I'm not sure what was said, but that's okay.
that's okay.
Because I did my job.
Yeah, good job, Gabby.
Thanks.
Round of applause for Gabby.
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't think it
Whoa, whoa.
deserves a sequel. I do think
Oh,
that
I didn't
her
even
coming-
hear it.
Oh,
Anyways,
I think her coming back is really cool because I guess that's cool.
nobody puts a baby in a corner.
Par.
I don't think it deserves a
I get
spin-off,
put in the
but-
corner. No,
Well, you were a gremlin, not a baby, so try again. Baby
Would I be a
gremlin.
baby gremlin?
No, you're a little gremlin.
My little gremlin.
You're a little gremlin.
Little baby gremlin.
Little baby
I'm
gremlin.
baby
That's a mouthful to speak.
You.
I better hold
Well,
I'm so sorry to whoever's
nobody
listening right
puts
now.
baby in the corner here at 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair.
Thanks for doing my job for me.
Anytime.
Appreciate it.
Little gremlin out.
Peace out, home slice.
It's interesting this film is
Back.
getting a spin-off though, because they had such a low budget in the first place. They couldn't even
Really?
afford like the soundtrack. They had to pick and choose. Like the director and the person that created the script had specific songs in mind, but because their budget was so low and they couldn't get the
Really?
copyrights to certain songs, they had to fight and choose and pick what songs. Like the last song, like they had to fight and choose and like specifically budget properly so they can get the rights to it. Like there was a whole like issue.
Wow.
Wait, isn't Dirty Dancing the one where they do that like whole lift jump
Yeah.
thing?
And
Do they
that's
have
why
that
it was
song?
such
And
they're
that's
like,
why
that's
it
really
was such a
important.
big thing.
And they were
needed
like,
the soundtrack. So I think out of like the original songs, don't quote me on it, they only got like I think it was 10.
That's
Because
impressive.
they were supposed to have 10. They only got like 2. Like that they
Ah.
actually wanted.
had the time of my
Yeah, that's the
life.
iconic one.
Yeah.
And I
And they almost
never
didn't get that
felt
song.
this
Just
way
copyright.
before.
That definitely would have made the
I swear
sequel really bad if they
it's
didn't
the
have that.
truth, and I owe it all to you.
Yeah. We're making up for that. We're making up for happy hour.
On that note, on the note of me singing once again, I hate to rain on your parades. That is also a song. I will not sing it for you. I'm sorry. We're gonna take a really, really, really short break here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. And when we get back, I'm gonna make them do their little news updates and stuff. So stay tuned for that.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you wanna come and text us,
If you love them enough to turn off your music
Sorry for freaking you out when I said that.
and
Russians ran fire on Ukraine. Russia hit targets from practically one end of Ukraine to the other Thursday, including Kyiv, bombarding the city while the head of the United Nations was visiting in the boldest attack on the capital city since Moscow forces retreated weeks ago. Nearly a dozen civilians were wounded in the attack on Kyiv, and this all unfolded barely an hour after Ukrainian President Zelensky held a news conference with the UN Secretary General. In national news, the Oklahoma legislature on Thursday passed a bill banning abortion beyond 6 weeks of pregnancy, adding to the list of abortion restrictions that have made their way through states in recent weeks. The ban also has implications beyond Oklahoma. Since September, Oklahoma's abortion landscape has changed, as the state's southern neighbor, Texas, banned abortion beyond 6 weeks of pregnancy. Oklahoma has since been overwhelmed with patients from Texas seeking abortions. The University of Texas has said that Oklahoma has provided around 45% of all abortions for Texans who have traveled across state lines to evade the new restrictions. The Oklahoma governor said earlier this month that he hopes legislation will curb that trend. In local news, 3 police officers jumped into the Delaware River and pulled a woman from a car that plunged into the water Thursday in Gloucester City, authorities said. The vehicle ended up on its roof after the crash, reportedly shortly after 1 p.m., just south of Freedom Pier, according to police. The officers jumped into the river and freed the trapped victim, police said in a news release. They provided medical aid to the woman while in the water. The weather for today is currently clear and 43 degrees. The high for today is 62 degrees with a low of 42. On Saturday, it's going to be a low of 40 and a high of 65. Sunday, low of 42, high of 70. Woohoo! Monday is going to be rainy, low of 50, high of 58. Tuesday is going to be cloudy with a low of 49, high of 65. Wednesday, rainy again, low of 52 and a high of 73. And Thursday, partly cloudy, low of 51 and a high of 69 degrees.
What happened? You remember that weather that we had a couple weeks back?
Where'd that go?
And it was beautiful, absolutely amazing,
At this point,
100% stunning. And now there's just this.
my roommate told me this quote: "You can't expect people to do the right thing," and I'm not expecting Mother Nature to do the right thing in this situation.
You know,
I've just accepted it.
but Mother Nature is not a.
She's mad at
Mother
us.
Nature is
She's
in fact
mad.
What did I
And-
do?
entity.
Didn't
I'm
take care of me.
confused. I don't know, but
She's
whatever.
very temperamental lately.
I know I don't like it. My girlfriend, why was it cold this morning when I was walking here?
because we're not taking care of her.
That's
I'll
not
go
my
water the
fault.
It's a toxic relationship.
Why
You
is
guys
that
drink
my
plastic water
fault?
bottles.
We need
You know
to
what? How
talk.
dare you? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you?
We need to talk.
Call me out for my plastic water bottle and a
Call
paper
me out for the
towel.
head scratches.
I literally have my
Gaslighting
plastic
Mother
water bottle
Nature.
here.
Emily's never gonna get over that. When will you get over it? When will you learn? When will you learn? Okay, we have to move on. Emily,
Yeah.
sports?
Sports.
Sports.
Sports. The NFL draft started. I'm so done. Can we skip?
You said it was gonna be amazing, so you have to prove yourself. Prove yourself, Emily. Prove that you
Okay.
have a great.
We can bring it back. Everyone breathe.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Deep
Hit
breath
it.
in. Go.
The NFL draft started Thursday night, and for the first pick, the Jaguars chose Georgian edge rusher Trevon Walker. Cardinals Nolan.
Not laughing. Keep going.
Gabi, you're looking at me.
I'm not looking
Cardinals
at you. I'm looking
Nolan
down.
Hernando Genesis Cabrera was suspended for 2 games after a bench clearing incident that occurred against the Mets Wednesday afternoon. This bench clearing brawl stemmed from a series of hits that occurred during pitches. After the high tension boiled over, this resulted in a brawl, but no punches were thrown. With the NHL season coming to a close, the Florida Panthers are now the President Trophy winners for the first time in franchise history. They finished the regular season with 122 points. As we head into the postseason, one team could be without their star. Washington Capitals star Alexander Ovechkin sat out for the second game in a row due to an upper body injury, which was caused after he crashed into the boards on a breakaway Tuesday night versus Toronto. The Caps struggles without their captain, losing against the Islanders 1-5. The 2022 NHL playoffs will start May 2nd. Moving on to the NBA, the Philadelphia 76ers went on the road for Game 6, and they crushed the Toronto Raptors, winning the game 132-97 to take their first series run and won the series 4-2 to avoid another playoff collapse. They will now advance to play the Miami Heat in the second round, which are the number 1 seed. Here in Montclair, Tyler McCreary scored his 200th career point Wednesday night against Kane. The Red Hawks went on to win 16-11.
Woohoo.
Would you say that?
Go Red
Rate
Hawks.
yourself.
Oh,
On a scale of 1 to
absolute-
10.
It's negative an option. Like
No.
a 4, solid 4.
Solid 4. What
My,
was the
like,
last one you did?
dyslexia is like not.
What was the last one you did?
Oh, a 2. No,
Okay.
I don't know. This is pretty
So
bad.
so
I think they're even. I think it's a solid 2 across the
I
board.
thought this was
No.
fun.
I thought this one was better than the one before. So I'm gonna
Negative.
say that you improved.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Emily's always a 10 in my book.
Aw,
Emily's just a
sorry.
straight up 10 out of 10. 10
Yeah.
out of 10.
Yeah.
I love that I like quote like TikToks and stuff and nobody and
I get them sometimes.
sometimes and then sometimes you don't. Did you get that one?
No.
That's your fault.
I got your one in the car this morning.
Did I quote something in the car this morning?
You did.
Oh, I did. I love that one.
a good one.
I can't quote that one on air.
Negative.
FCC would definitely come at me.
They would.
So if you didn't notice, we don't have Gina. So sad face, we don't have our favorite segment of the week.
miss you.
But we do miss you, Gina. Come back. We miss you.
know
But
what?
we do have our second favorite segment of the week.
Third. Am I in the wrong's pretty good.
Am I in the wrong?
That's what I'm
bit?
saying. It's am I in the wrong?
Oh, I thought
Already?
it was something different.
No, that's later.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
That's
it's not time.
later.
That's
We're
a
on.
surprise.
We're on. Am I in the wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Am I in the wrong? So, if you don't know what Am I in the Wrong is, have you not been listening to Fridays? Why not? If you do, cool, you get the gist. But for those who don't, I'm gonna let you know. We're gonna deep dive into the world of Reddit and messy situations, and we're gonna decide, is the poster in the wrong? Disclaimer: these stories are not our personal experiences. These are stories from users on Reddit.
Yay.
Are we ready?
Sure thing.
Boop, boop. Let's do it. Am I in the wrong for going rogue on buying an engagement ring? My girlfriend has her mind set on the exact ring she wants, but no jewelry store has that exact one. Also, it is significantly more than I would like to spend. The one she built online is $6,200, and the one I picked out for her is $2,400 after tax. The one I picked out has more diamonds, it has larger diamonds, and in my opinion is a lot more beautiful. I asked her sister and her best friend, who were both like, yeah, that's pretty, but I'm not sure about the side diamonds. Neither one said no, not that one, or gave me any reason to think it was not a good one. So I bought it. I left the store and stopped at a couple other stores just to see what they had and come to the conclusion that I had picked the best option, especially for the price. Fast forward to me getting home, and apparently both her friend and sister had called telling her that I was making a mistake and buying one that she wouldn't want. I wanted this whole thing to be a surprise, and they completely ruined it. And now I feel bad because she is saying she won't like it and wants me to take her with me to pick out the right one. I feel like at this point, I need to just return it and not buy a ring. I am hurt because of her reaction and she doesn't seem to see it. I have even told her in a year or two we can return it and get her the dream ring, but she is pushing me to propose and is being very picky about the ring. Am I in the wrong?
Nope.
No. So here's the dealio. It's Gabi's words of wisdom.
Yay.
Here's the dealio. I understand her wanting a ring that she, is what she wanted, especially if he knew what she wanted. But if you are going to throw a fit about a ring, that's expensive. First of all, that $2,400 is a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to be upset about them getting you a ring that might not be exactly what you wanted, goodbye.
Yeah.
It's not a ring pop. If you can't accept the fact that they spent $2,400 on a ring and they're proposing you and they want to spend the rest of their life with you, then maybe they shouldn't be spending the rest of their life with you.
Yeah.
Because obviously you can't be appreciative of the things that they try to do. Also, the sister and friend or whatever, they're awful.
I agree.
How dare you spoil it? You should have just said, don't pick that one. Don't do it.
You should have just had the conversation.
Bad, zero.
prior. And I think if your partner is able to at least take what your likes and dislikes into consideration, and considering money and things are expensive, still get something very close to what you wanted.
And trying their best.
And trying your best. It's not the wedding ring is what's really good. I don't know if people wear their engagement rings.
They
too.
do. So what people do is they wear their wedding ring with their engagement ring.
Okay, so that
Yeah.
there's still the wedding ring to look forward to as well, and that you guys can talk about too. But
Yeah.
be happy that you're getting engaged in the first place.
Exactly. And at some point you will not wear the engagement ring anymore, because you get new rings and they'll replace them over the years. And if he said he was going to replace it when they got more money, get over yourself.
Yeah,
bro.
and I think it's one
what are
thing
you doing?
if the ring was absolutely don't get that for her,
Ugly.
and
But they
I
didn't
think
say
that's
that to him.
exactly.
They said yeah, we don't know about the side diamond.
But it's they were like, it's fine. Like the side diamonds are all right though.
yeah,
That's not like don't get it.
no. And if
that's where the miscommunication was.
and trust me, don't get me wrong, I get it. He should have, when they said, oh, we don't really know, like it's not like, there's this, like he probably should have found a different one. But it wasn't like they were like, oh, that's awful. Like, get over yourselves.
They
all
should
of
have.
you.
Yeah, it was really bad. They should have just had a better conversation about it.
If he's a man, which I'm assuming he's a man, men are not the best at everything.
They get things wrong more often.
I feel bad for him though, because I feel like he was like, you know what? I really love her, and like I want to get her this ring.
Like he was really trying.
He's like, but we broke.
He went through the effort to be like, hey, best friend, hey
sis,
can you tell me like what you think of this?
Exactly.
And then like what?
And then they went out of the way to tell her that she wasn't gonna like
that's
it.
fully crossing a line that they
I'm
like,
not
oh,
happy, boss.
he got you a ring that's like not it.
And if I was
that?
the girl in that situation, I'd be angry.
Yeah,
I'd be like, so you just
Yeah.
spoiled my whole proposal for me. Like that's what you just did.
and
now
not only
she's
that,
pushing it.
disrespected their partner as well.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like that's really distasteful to do that.
Yeah.
You should have just been straight up when they asked if it was a good ring to begin
Exactly.
with. But
So my whole thing, my opinion is, should he have maybe found a different ring? Sure, but he is a man, so yeah. And the friends are in the wrong the mostly though.
I think the friends, the sister and the best friend, are in the wrong the most.
Mhm.
And I think the dude or I'm gonna say the partner was just trying their best.
I'm just gonna guess it was a man. It sounds like it's a man situation.
They get things wrong a lot
but that's
of the time.
okay.
I could foresee
But-
this happening to me.
Yeah.
I genuinely have no
Aw.
idea. It's just
Yeah.
rocks.
I can make sure. I can here.
It's
How about I
just
make sure?
rocks.
How about I make sure that
I'm
your
like-
future fiance
I'm
gets
like,
the right ring?
rocks?
I
Is
like
this
helping.
one pretty? Like I don't.
Pretty rock.
See, I like very
expensive
basic
rock.
rings. I love basic rings.
I love like really
Oh,
dainty
yes,
jewelry.
me
Yeah.
too.
I
What
love
happened to
gorgeous.
family heirlooms?
I'm
No thanks. My fingers
Really?
are fatter than the rest of my family.
Really?
so- Which
I
my
don't know, I
fingers
feel
aren't
like
even fat. I don't know.
Is that not like a thing?
Sometimes it is, but sometimes it isn't. I don't know. Mom, I love you, but me and you have completely different ring styles. I don't want your ring. I want just one rock in the middle with like a little band. I love those.
Yeah.
I love how you guys are saying
Mar-
rocks now because of
marriage in my family is very questionable. I don't want that bad mojo on that ring passed down to me. So I'm just like, no, I'm good.
Copy.
Be safe.
I watch too much
Yeah.
TV. Got it.
Yeah, I do. I'm not taking any risks. I don't want y'all ring. I'm sorry.
no.
Peace and love back
You
home.
can keep it. We love you, but you can keep it, honey.
Yeah, you can keep
I'll
that.
bury you with it when
Seriously,
you die.
that-
Like I don't want it. Like,
All that energy can go right down in the graveyard,
Yeah.
please. But on that note,
on that note, next.
next story. So, am I in the wrong for telling my brother and his boyfriend to stop misleading people with their wedding rings when they're not actually married?
Ooh.
That's funny.
More wedding stories.
Pranked. So, I, female 26, have an older brother, 27, who's been dating another guy, 30, for around 4 years. I don't have any issue with my brother being gay, but I have one with wearing a wedding ring in order to pretend he's married to him. You see, we live in a country where gay marriage still isn't allowed, Romania. But despite this, my brother and his boyfriend started wearing wedding rings recently. When I asked my brother about it, he told me that despite not being able to do it legally, they already consider themselves married spiritually, and they're hoping that one day gay marriages will be allowed to do legally as well, either by leaving the country or waiting till gay marriage is made legal. While I think this is nice, I told him they shouldn't be wearing wedding rings till they actually get officially married, as I think it's kind of distasteful. He told me they're just a symbol of their love and they're not hurting anybody by wearing them. But I disagreed. They're actively misleading people into thinking that they're actually married and frankly just making a mockery out of marriage. My brother told me that he doesn't care what other people, including me, think about them wearing wedding rings, and maybe they should just mind their own business. Then they left furiously. Not gonna lie, I think his comment here was kind of out of line, as all I did was give my opinion on wearing wedding rings when they're actually married married yet, and when they're actually married yet, and he seems to take it personally. His boyfriend also contacted me later and told me that their romantic lives doesn't concern me and to stay out of it. Am I in the wrong?
120%.
Mhm.
100.
agree.
Yeah, for sure. Like, hello.
Even
Okay.
though she said she doesn't have a problem with her brother being gay, I
it
think
sounds
this is-
like
this
she
is
has a
little-
problem.
this is a little bit rooted in homophobia.
Oh,
a
for
lot
sure.
of it rooted in
100%.
homophobia.
My whole thing is like, it's just a ring.
Yeah.
Like,
If they
I'm
want,
sorry, you can wear an engagement ring and you wear that on the same finger that you wear your wedding ring.
yeah, and you're not married yet.
And you're not married yet. And people wear promise rings when they're not married yet.
Exactly.
Get over yourself.
It's really
They
not that
can't
deep.
help that it's illegal. That's not their fault.
Exactly. And I don't think it's necessarily misleading because it's not like they're not together. If they're saying we're
No.
married spiritually, we can't do it legally, but we are married, we're together.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And I think they have every right to take ownership of that. And it doesn't matter if they're wearing a ring and
Yeah.
they're not, they don't have the paper to show.
A
for
ring
it.
is just a symbol. Like, it's not like, that's the whole thing, is like the paper is the real,
right.
like,
It's
what you
like
call
they
it,
don't
like,
have the
legal.
$50 marriage license. That's
Yeah.
the end all
It's
be
not
all
like
of
they're
your
trying to
love.
buy a house
The-
together and they're like
Exactly.
married.
The
Like
ring,
no.
the ring is a symbol of the love. Like, that's the thing. It's like the
Absolutely.
marriage papers is the marriage. The ring is the symbol of love. Get over yourself.
It was never that
The
deep,
poster's
babe.
in the wrong.
100.
That's it. That's all I have.
Girl,
today.
go apologize.
Girl, yeah, you better apologize, and you better go buy them like a bunch of food and
pay for part of their wedding.
pay for part of their wedding when it becomes
Like, you care
legal.
so much, maybe you could pay for it.
Yeah, like why
what-
don't you pay for my
why?
wedding? Why don't you take me to a different country and pay for my wedding?
Oh,
But anyways, we have this other segment.
Do we?
We do. And it's our fourth favorite segment of the week. Sorry, Terry, you're number 4.
It's okay.
But
Even
you're my
numbers are
first
good.
favorite co-host.
Wow. That was so sweet.
Wasn't
Gabby.
it? Oh my gosh. So our
know-
fourth favorite segment of the week is Terry time.
It's Terry time.
In honor of Gina not being here for What's Poppin',
Yeah.
we have Terry time today.
Terry time.
Terry, what's Terry time?
It's Terry time.
That's what it is. So,
So-
she's gonna tell us.
I'm gonna tell you what Terry time is. We're gonna talk a lot about entertainment. We're gonna talk about some things that are coming to Netflix and Hulu in May.
It's a
and
long list.
there is a long list of things, so I talk fast. We'll get through it. So it's just some updates on entertainment, what's coming, and just a really fun thing at the end. But so here are some highlights. What's coming to Netflix in May? On May 1st, we have Corpse Bride, Crazy Stupid Love, Forrest Gump, Soul Surfer, When Harry Met Sally.
All very good movies.
Very good stuff. May 10th, we have Outlander season 6, The Circle season 4,
Yes.
Insider season 2. And on May 27th, which is the only day that actually matters in this list, is Stranger Things 4 Volume 1.
Never seen any of
It's
this.
so Amanda, you would like it. You should
Amanda.
watch
It is
it.
very good.
You would like
It is
it. I'm
very
so
good.
serious.
Okay, maybe
If
I'll look.
Emily agrees, it means you have to watch it.
Yes, absolutely. On May 31st, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles season 1.
let's go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That I've seen. Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? Go.
The red one, I don't know.
Raphael.
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 I don't know. I'm
Which
a,
one
like
is
I'm a
that?
Michelangelo
red one.
fan.
Okay,
Mikey's
yeah.
orange.
Yes.
I'm a Mikey
Donatello's
fan.
purple. Leo's blue.
Thank you.
I am a Mikey fan. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Mikey, you want pizza?
Yeah.
I love pizza. I'm starving.
Pizza
Oh my
sounds
God.
so good right now.
Stop! Don't
what's your
get
favorite
me
turtle?
started.
My favorite turtle, I think Leonardo is my favorite.
Leo,
Which
let's
one
go.
is that?
Blue.
Yeah.
Noted.
He's the leader in blue.
I'm such a
Okay,
big fan.
Anyways,
Moving on, what's
continue.
coming to Hulu in May? May 1st. Ooh, this is a good list. May 1st, we have The Breakfast Club, Despicable Me,
Fun.
Despicable Me 2, The Polar Express,
Ooh.
Pretty Woman, at least 5 Resident Evil movies. Oh God. Rock of Ages from 2012, the 10th anniversary, all the Stuart Little movies, and Stuart Little 2 is the 20th anniversary. We also have The Real Housewives of New York City, the complete season 3 will be on Hulu.
season 13.
Season 13.
Sorry.
Good catch. On May 4th, we have Catfish, the complete season 8 will be available on May 15th, but I guess Catfish was still gonna be on there. So You Can Think You Can Dance season 17 will premiere on May 19th. My Hero Academia complete season 5 on
Let's
May 23rd.
go.
Yeah, that's another
Let's
day that only
go.
matters. I'm so excited for that. On May 26th, Look at Me, XX Tentacion, and a Hulu original and MasterChef season 12 will premiere on May 26th. And I wanted to talk about this because me and Emily thought it was really funny. So on the 27th, Wednesday, the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers trailer dropped, everybody, and it's really, honestly, so hilarious.
I was dying. I was on a TikTok and I saw it in the elevator and I was watching and I was like, what is this? This can't be real.
It's ridiculous, seriously. So Chip is voiced by John Mulaney and Dale is voiced by Andy Samberg.
Wow. What a duo.
Here's the plot. So Chip is working at an insurance company as a salesman, and this is 30 years after the Rescue Rangers ends production. And then Dale has quote unquote CGI surgery and works in the convention circuit trying to relive his glory days. And I think someone that worked in the production of Rescue Rangers was a really old like Chip and Dale show back in the day. And I think they either go missing or get murdered or something. And then they get on the case. It's really hilarious. And it's a mix between live action and animation. And it's kind of like Looney Tunes when they did Looney Tunes back in action.
Yes.
It's kind of like that vibe, but more CGI.
Oh, that's cool.
And the film has so many Disney Easter eggs all throughout it, including a middle-aged Peter Pan sporting a 5 o'clock shadow, which I'm really
and like
interested.
a gut. And it's just so funny.
It's
Peter Pan didn't age
hysterical.
well.
He did not age well in this particular movie, but I think it's hysterical. I'm really looking forward to it.
That's why he wanted to stay a kid. He knew.
The amount of like Easter eggs that like there's so many characters and the way they're drawn and like they like age them or they like leave them the same. It's just so funny. Like
I'm
you have to check
so
out the trailer.
excited.
I have to check out the trailer because I'm excited.
It's such a fun trailer, and I'm really excited just because I think this is what Disney kind of needs.
Definitely something I was not expecting from
Exactly,
Disney.
right?
I really thought this was some kind of spoof, and when I saw it was like official, I was absolutely like for it.
Can I say the voice, like John Mulaney and Andy Samberg for Chip and Dale, is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Because when I heard that, I was like, no way.
John Mulaney.
I
love John Mulaney.
And you're so used to hearing Chip and Dale as like the squeaky little chipmunk voices, like Alvin and Chipmunks type vibe.
Yeah,
but this is hysterical because they're like 30 years later.
I can
they're
just
old.
imagine John Mulaney's voices.
They bounce between
That's
it
so
though,
funny.
so there's like some points where they're like talking in their Chip and Dale voice, but like mocking it, and they go back to it and they're talking in a
wow, I
normal
really
voice.
have to watch this, don't I?
It's so good,
funny.
Gab. Like it's so good. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm unsure if they announced the release date. I didn't include that. I should have, but I'm not sure. But
That's
I
fine.
hope it comes out today. I'm kidding.
Today, tomorrow.
Now,
soon.
that's gonna be released on Disney Plus for sure.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
excited.
I'm so excited. Like seriously,
y'all just talking about it makes me so excited.
because I love Disney movies. I think
adult Disney movies are much more fun.
Yeah, this is like less stiff in a way. Not to say that
No, you can
it's
say
not
it.
like Encanto is not stiff, but it's like
it fits their format. They have here's
Yes,
the problem.
it's very
Here's how it
formulaic.
connects to you emotionally. Deal with it. That is
exactly.
Disney's
We need
format.
something like fun and
For children,
lighthearted.
like it's always a very family
But not, like,
oriented.
I mean, yes, very family oriented, but like there's always like some looming theme that hits like the older audience hard, and you're like, wow, Disney really messing me up today.
Yeah, true. But this
Oh, it's
movie
gonna
was
be
fun.
It's already out?
No way.
What?
Oh
No.
no, May 20th.
Oh, May.
Oh, you had me
We're in
so
April.
hyped for a
I was
second.
like, what month is
I was
it?
about to say,
May 20th,
skipping class to
2022.
go watch this in the office.
Right
So
now.
literally me being like, let's go to the office right now. We can finish the show later.
So that's exciting.
That is exciting. On the notes of other things that are being released, can I just say I am so excited for The Circle season 4. I saw a TikTok literally like this morning, last night, I don't know. And if y'all know Brew from, Brew on the radio from TikTok.
Oh, I love him.
He's on this new season of The Circle.
Is he really?
Yes, and I am so excited. I
The
love
Circle
Brew.
Is that the dating thing?
No,
know.
it's the social media competition.
Oh, yes.
Me and my friends love it. We're like obsessed with it. And I love Brew. I'm obsessed with Brew. Brew and Anna, they're my fave TikTok couple. And I'm just so excited to watch. So that's what I'm excited about. When you put this out on here, I was like, May 10th, it's so close. Whoa, so close.
So I'm excited for Stranger Things the
That
most.
too. But I'm
And
also
the My
like-
Hero.
My Hero.
I know My Hero. Everybody's
I'm
excited.
such a
for that.
nerd. I read the manga, so like.
Do you know already?
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Don't tell me anything.
No, I won't. I'm
Jay-
just so excited to see the fight scenes animated.
Terry's like, I don't read it. I watch.
I watch it. Some of the fight scenes in My Hero have been the best anime fight scenes I've ever seen in
my
my
God.
life. And award, I think there's some that have actually won awards, but it's incredible. Seriously,
I'm not one to like read the manga, but like My Hero Academia, I could not
that's
wait.
one to
My
read.
brother
honestly.
pushed me. He was like, here's my Shonen Jump account. Please watch or read it, and then read these ones too. Never got to those ones, just like got stuck on My Hero. I read it from the beginning like twice.
Yeah, my ex used to make me watch My Hero, and I liked
Really?
it. Yeah, and I liked it.
What season
hated-
did you leave off on?
I don't remember.
You should watch it again.
I
You
know.
should.
It's
I
really
liked
good.
it, but my whole thing was like he forced me to watch it, and I was like,
Mm.
But because I used to not want to admit that I like anime, but I like anime.
Yay!
Yeah,
We should have like an
anime night?
segment or an anime night.
anime night.
Tokyo Ghoul.
I'd
be
My
down.
Hero.
I'd be down. This is us. Literally, the morning buzz is just us making plans anymore. That's all it is anymore. But that's okay.
Because we're quirky, not like the other girl.
We are quirky. Quirky, not like the other girls' stories.
Oh, I should do
Is that what? Is that we're moving on?
No comment.
We're moving on.
Yeah, go ahead, Gabby. Take it away.
Just do it. Do it. So we're gonna move on to some quirky, not like the other girl stories, and this first one is about Santa Claus. So Santa Claus is running for Congress for Alaska's Lone House State. I'm not gonna be talking like that the whole time. Santa Claus is among 48 candidates running for Alaska's lone U.S. House seat, following the death last month of Republican Representative Don Young, who had held the job since 1973. That's how you know you held the job for too long.
Wow.
These candidates include a professor, an ex-governor, some fishermen, and some lawyers, and etc. But then we have Santa, whose real name is indeed Santa Claus and is a 2-term council member for the city of the North Pole, Alaska. He hopes name recognition will help him win his ticket to Washington. Claus has filed to run for the remainder of Young's term earlier this month. He will be facing off against some of Alaska's elite political figures, including former Governor Sarah Palin, former Senate Majority Leader John Coghill. Is that how you pronounce it?
Mhm.
I'm so sorry, friend. Surgeon Al Gross, and more. Claus says he plans to spend no more than $400 of his own money on his campaign and thinks the amount of money raised for political campaigns is ridiculous and could be used for more needed resources. Period.
Yeah.
He isn't accepting any donations, and the only awareness he plans to invest in is his Twitter account, which he launched on April 1st and has now amassed more than 10,000 followers as of April 25th. While some may argue that his name and look won't allow voters to take him seriously, Claus says there's no better name recognition. He says he's running on a platform similar to Bernie Sanders, calling himself an independent, progressive, democratic socialist. Claus said in an interview with Fox TV stations on April 22nd, quote, "A lot of my platform resembles Bernie's, but rather than add 20 pages to my website, SantaClausForAlaska.com, I just refer people to BernieSanders.com for issues if they're really interested," end quote. So Santa is going to come and save the day, guys.
I love him.
I knew I loved this man.
He makes wishes come true.
Santa's
Go,
for
Santa.
the people, you know?
I'm for Santa's for the people. I'm for Santa.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look,
Gifts
I'm going to
are
say
all-
something. If there's going to have to be any old white man in office,
It's gonna be Santa.
it's going to be Santa Claus,
That was
okay?
good.
That's the only one I will allow anymore.
That's fair.
That is the fact.
Because he cares and he gives us what we want.
And we all
in
love
gifts.
him. I don't know anybody who doesn't love Santa Claus.
Right. I want to know if he actually looks like Santa. Like,
He's got to.
He
There's
does.
no way he doesn't.
I saw a picture of him. on
Is that his,
TikTok
like,
the other
legal
day, actually.
name?
Yes.
That's
No way.
insane.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, at least I think I could be
I
wrong.
think
doing
it
yes.
is.
That's so.
Why would
funny.
you ever legally name your
he
child
actually
Santa?
does look like
probably
Santa
changed it.
Claus.
Yeah, but he probably did change it.
Probably because he's also from the
Wow.
North Pole, Alaska.
This
That's
is
That's very
incredible.
convenient.
it's very convenient. He's probably like, I look like Santa. Everybody calls me Santa.
He's
I'm
like,
just
give me
gonna
more
do-
cookies. I gotta keep up the.
Exactly. He's like, it's a legal name change now. I gotta do it.
This
Sorry.
is so sweet. I hope
Does he
does
look like
w-
Santa?
He does.
Oh,
He has a
how
very-
sweet.
very full beard.
Does he? I need to look at his
Like,
beard. Oh, he does have a full beard. Look at Santa. He's wearing suspenders. He's got the glasses and everything.
This is incredible. Santa is real, kids.
Santa is real. And my favorite thing is that he's only spending $400 on his campaign. And I think that's funny.
Honestly, with
Because
enough social media push, he'll be fine.
He's already doing well. I mean, we're talking
Exactly.
about him, are we not?
Yeah.
So like my favorite thing is like that is funny because like all these political figures, like they spend so much money on campaigns that barely work. And like I
Yeah.
don't know their name.
And he makes a good point. That money can be used for other resources.
I know we were literally like in studio like per
period.
yes, because I mean he makes good points.
He
I'm like, I'm
does.
down for Santa being on council.
I'm for it.
You know, like let's do it.
Because he understands everyone's story.
He gets the people. He knows your names. He knows if you're naughty or nice.
I'm dead.
And you know what? I think that's what we need.
Yeah.
Somebody who knows everyone and what they want in life. And he does, because you literally have your list to Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyways. Another
um,
weird story for you.
you know what these cops wanted? To catch a Snorlax. Santa
can't.
knew that though.
Santa did know that. You know why? Because Santa knows everything. It all
Exactly.
circles back.
Circle back.
Circle. The circle?
The circle? Wow, we're just going real far back.
We're going all the way.
We're trying to move forward, but we're just going
weather
back.
newscast all the way. So cops are fired for ignoring a robbery to catch a Snorlax in Pokemon Go, and they were denied court review.
Priorities, man.
Priorities.
Sometimes you do have priorities.
And you know that
and they're not
priority
your job
is to protect this and serve, and you have to catch the Snorlax to do that.
yeah.
You know,
Maybe
it's
it
in
was blocking the road. You guys
Exactly.
okay, we get that reference. Let's go.
blocking the road. Obviously. Anyways, earlier this year, officers Louis Lozano and Eric
I
Mitchell
thought you said Louis Lasagna. Sorry. continue.
Lasagna and Eric Mitchell tried to catch a Snorlax in Pokemon Go despite getting a radio call that a mall was being robbed and cops had requested backup. Lozano and Mitchell claimed that they never heard the request for backup because it was quote unquote loud, resulting in their vehicle's digital video system recording being reviewed. According to court documents, one of the officers alerted his partner that a Snorlax, quote, just popped up, and for 20 minutes, the two discussed Pokemon while they drove to different locations to hunt the creatures on their phones.
That's amazing.
That's
Well, yeah, I kind of love that. I do that.
I do that. On the radio, the two even voiced struggles catching some of the critters. Both officers admitted that they left their patrols to search for the Snorlax and ended up being terminated in 2018. But on Wednesday, April 20th, 2022, they took their case to the California Supreme Court. As reported by Bloomberg Law, the two had failed to convince California's Supreme Court that the recordings were used properly in the LAPD's decision to terminate them. This serves as a good lesson for any Pokemon enthusiast. Don't let your desire to catch them all get in the way of your day job, even when you work in the public sector.
Listen, sometimes
Wow.
you got to do what you got to do, and sometimes the robbery is it's just not as important as the Snorlax.
They took too many notes from Ash to catch him, but
No,
like, it's
seriously.
fine.
And you know what? I think justice for these.
I need to know the
Give them
severity
their
of this
job.
robbery before I go that
Give them
far.
their job.
I'm dead at how she's laughing.
I'm having a day. I'm
This is
feeling the effects
incredible.
of no sleep.
Yeah,
Me
no,
too, girl.
No music.
Yes.
Anyways,
Oh my gosh, I'm yawning.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I yawned straight up into the mic. I grabbed
Oh
the
my
mic
God,
to yawn. I
yawning?
did not mean
Snorlax?
to do that.
It all
and all
I'm snoring.
Snorlax.
Goodbye.
Snorlax.
Call me a Snorlax.
But I think this is really funny. It's unfortunate that you lost your job over a game, and I think that's really embarrassing for you.
No, literally, like I would not go to Supreme Court. Like low key, you deserved to get fired. But
I know
also,
we're 2022 now, babe. Like,
but
I-
also,
give it up. You did,
But also, per
per. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
for personal reasons, per.
Anyways.
Imagine finding out that you were being robbed, and then finding out that the officers just didn't come because they were too busy catching a Snorlax.
At
I'm
that
just- okay,
Like
this is how I'm
imagining being
imagining
on
it.
that side.
I'm imagining it's like 1 a.m. These cops are just goofing around, and they get a call. There's like, oh, there's a mall getting robbed, and they're like, it's 1 a.m.
Requesting
Let them
backup.
take what they want. It's probably not that serious.
Like, at
This
that
is what I'm
point-
thinking. And they're just trying to catch some Pokemon. I have no idea what was actually going on.
Right, and they're like, Facebook can see me doing
Just
this.
imagine.
They're like, yeah, 1 second.
they're just trying to catch some Pokemon.
I almost got-
I know, and then when you can't catch the Pokemon, like it's just not
like,
letting
trying to
you
do it
catch it,
yourself.
and you're like, like you're losing all your Pokeballs trying to get this thing. Like that's what they were doing.
100%.
What a day to how do
What
you
a time to
spend-
be alive.
How do you spend your time? You get paid playing Pokemon Go.
I really hope this was like a low,
This is the-
low key like thing that happened, not like a serious event, because
That's true.
This is the epitome of people just like getting paid to do nothing.
That's true.
yeah.
When you fully are getting paid to do something, actually
Yeah.
actually doing something, but that's embarrassing for you.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
that's the cop I drove past going 20 over the night.
He was like, I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
playing Pokemon.
Other-
Shouts
other-
out that cop over there.
other engagements. But
Oh.
anyways, next one.
We're gonna be talking about more criminal activity.
Oh my goodness.
Woo! Okay, guys, this story was meant for me because I love pickles. So
Oh.
That was bad. That was a bad transition. We're gonna talk about criminal activity. This story's meant for me.
whoops. No, not in that case. I just like pickles, and you'll understand why in 0.2 seconds. So, Dill Pickle, convicted Florida criminal, arrested after running from the cops. Yes, this dude's name is Dill Pickle. This may be a short one, but boy, is it a good one. Deputies attempted to pull over a pickup truck driven by Dylan Veith. Yes. The Florida man was nicknamed Dill Pickle by authorities during his previous run-ins with the law. Wow, this man's got numerous run-ins. Dill Pickle's truck hit the front of one of the sheriff's vehicles, and a chase along the Florida dirt roads ensued. Dill Pickle has arrest records going back to 2004 and was last arrested in 2021. Authorities say Dill Pickle told them he fled because, quote, he didn't know they were real cops, end quote. Okay, I get that. That last quote, I understand
I
that.
didn't know you were real.
Because because sometimes you know how they're like you don't know if it's like somebody who's just trying to like traffic you or something. That's a thing.
true.
Like that's my big fear is like what if one day like somebody they're like one of the undercover cops and they're like woo 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 and I'm like, oh, but it's not a cop car.
That happened.
I'm not gonna pull over for not a cop car. I'm
Mm.
sorry. I'm going to have to drive to the nearest police station. But what if I do that and then they get all angry at me?
legally.
You're just trying to be safe, though.
I think legally
Yeah.
you can do that. Like as long as you stay at like a normal speed limit and like let's
Yeah.
say you're like in the middle of nowhere, you can wait until you get to a gas station. But
Cause like I just don't.
last time somebody did that, a black man got shot again. So
Well,
it's
You know,
subjective.
yeah.
Maybe you'll be okay.
I was gonna
Gabby.
say I think I might be okay if it's that kind of case scenario.
but
I'm very
but
opposite
you
from that
legally you
description.
have the right to like do that, so you'll be okay. Like,
Okay. Well then, what's
taking it
wrong with
easy.
Dill Pickle doing that?
Well, he's been
Every time
arrested
you
many
say Dill
times.
Pickle, I think of Rugrats and Tommy's little brother.
Oh,
Like my mind
Dill.
immediately went to Rugrats.
I like pickles. Now I want a pickle. Hey Lara, can we go to get pickles?
pickles.
I like pickles.
I think Dill Pickle.
She said yes.
I think Dill Pickle couldn't do that because he hit a car, though.
I think that
It
might
wasn't
be
like
it.
a traffic stop. Like, okay, maybe.
I think I read that story and didn't comprehend any of it.
No,
for
it's
half of it.
okay. But he
Hold
did.
on, I'm yawning again. I'm so sorry, people of Earth. I am yawning up a storm.
He
Gabby
did-
got 3 hours of sleep.
He did hit the sheriff's car. That's a little awkward. I think
Yeah,
maybe they might have thought hit and run,
yeah.
and then
He was like, "How
Wait.
did you not realize that you were gonna get pulled over for that, though?
just like, wait, were you're real?
You're real? You saw me hit that car? Really?
Yeah. No way. I'm like
That is
wondering if it was like a
crazy.
marked car too. And I'm like, like
Yeah.
how? If it wasn't marked, I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
But
no, for sure.
if it was marked, I'm just like, all right.
Why
Come
is that
on,
his
man.
nickname, though? Like, it doesn't give us any
Dill.
like background about why that's his nickname.
Because his name is
Dylan.
Dylan.
Oh, I'm dumb. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just ignore everything I'm saying.
No, you're good. I get it. But yeah, I mean, good for
Dill.
Dill Pickle. Living his life to the fullest.
Ugh, the next
And
one.
me just being okay with all of this activity that we're talking about today.
Yeah, this is fine. Yeah.
Everything is fine.
Everything
it's
is
like that
fine.
meme with the
Frying house
the
and the
fire
burning
and the
building.
yeah, that's me. This is
Everything's
fine.
fine.
Everything is fine.
It is fine. And I don't know if this next one is fine though.
I don't like
Is it?
I don't particularly like it. Woman marries pet cat in bid.
Goodbye. Nope. I don't want to hear the rest of it.
Yeah.
No longer.
Before, when you guys were introing the other story, I thought this is what you guys were talking about. Like, you were getting all hyped for this story. And I was
No.
like, guys, no. This is not okay.
No, not particularly. So, woman marries pet cat in bid to stop landlords separating them. Anyways,
How is that legal?
is bestiality not? I don't know.
I don't know.
So,
okay.
A woman has married her pet cat in a bid to stop future landlords from separating them. Deborah Hodge, 49, claims she previously been forced to rehome 3 animals by landlords who did not allow pets on their properties. Now facing eviction and terrified, her precious feline Deborah.
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 Deborah the feline.
No, wait, she's Deborah. Wait, this worded strangely. Terrified for her precious feline, Deborah held a civil ceremony on April 19th to tie the knot. The single mother of 2 hopes her commitment will show future landlords just how important it is that they stay together. She said, quote, I had nothing to lose and everything to gain, so I married my cat. I recited vows under the universe that no man will ever tear myself and India apart. I'm assuming India is the cat's name.
Mhm.
I set out my intention that I would never be separated from the animal I adore. I can't be without India. She is fundamentally the most important thing in my life after my children, end quote. She added, quote, by marrying India, I need any future landlords to know that we come as a package and we cannot be separated under any circumstances, as she is as important to me as the children. I refuse to be parted with her. I'd rather live on the streets than be without her, end quote.
So many things.
That's hilarious. I'm cracking up because if she's a single mom, that would mean the cat's now the stepfather.
Wait,
And I
so-
was just cracking
So
up.
the
can I-
stepmother.
Can I,
What is
ask-
stepmother?
I have so many questions. Okay, first of all, okay, the landlord, them being married, the landlord can still not accept them because if it's like no cats, it's no cats, you know. So they're still gonna be
She's
whatever.
gonna file a
There was really-
racism lawsuit.
There was really no reason for this marriage. Like, if you're just gonna live on the streets, if you can't have your cat, then just live on the streets. If you can't have your cat, there is no reason to marry your cat. Also, she's taking the definition of crazy cat lady to a whole new level.
Absolutely.
If
Are
I
they-
was a kid, I would be embarrassed.
How is this
Yeah.
even a recognizable marriage under the law?
That's why I'm also confused.
Like, how does she think people are gonna take this seriously? If she pulls up to her next home and she tells her landlord, yeah, so we're married.
Does the cat have a ring?
Right on
Does the cat like
paw.
the ring? Do we need?
Aw.
Does the cat? Is the cat going to?
It's always these
Make
stories
her
that make me
propose again.
spiral. Like,
This
we
is
go
making
from
me
Because there's
spiral
so
right
many
now.
questions.
like,
But
I love how like this gets like they can marry their cat, but gay marriage still isn't allowed.
I
in
know.
some countries. Like, the second I saw this, I was like, oh great, cats are allowed, but same sex, that's a
Exactly.
negative.
No,
actual
how dare
human
you? How
beings.
dare you marry a woman?
how dare you marry another human being?
But
But
this
your
is not
cat,
only-
like,
Wait, pause.
yeah,
This is not only
fluffy.
bestiality. This is gay bestiality.
Yeah.
The cat's name. I'm pretty sure the cat is a female cat.
oh,
Oh.
yes.
That is
The epitome of how is that allowed?
This
but
is a
not-
double standard. I'm taking this to Supreme Court.
Emily just keeps like shaking her hand, like she's like, I can't.
Oh,
do
also
this.
this happened in the UK.
Oh.
I just looked at the link.
Eh,
Yeah.
Did this really
this
happen
is
in the UK?
UK.
Yeah. The story's from
UK, get your stuff together.
What? The queen is lacking.
The queen is
the Queen is
Goodbye.
lacking. This
You're
story is reported by
done.
Wales Online.
I don't know
What?
what's going on anymore, but I don't like
This is
it.
hysterical.
Yeah, the kids are gonna go to school and talk about like how their step parent is a cat. That's so awkward.
How old are the kids?
I don't know, but
I-
This is
still.
my mom. This is my other mom. My
Meow.
other mom's a
Wow.
cat. Please don't ask
Meow.
any questions after that.
I love the bow tie.
Yes.
She's wearing a bow
Oh
tie.
wait, can I see the picture?
She's so pretty.
I love a kitty cat.
Oh,
Wait, I actually kind of love this.
No,
Well, actually, no, I don't. I
no,
think that's very strange, but the cat
no.
is so cute.
no.
Amanda once again having
They
a hot
took
take.
wedding photos.
No, I don't
I
think you
love
should
the
marry
woman
your pet.
marrying the cat.
I just think her cat is cute.
The next
Oh
one is
my
a
god, wait, the
seagull.
cat is also missing a leg because it was hit by a car back in 2012.
Oh no, it's a little tripod.
Oh my god.
On that note, we're gonna take a quick break here on the morning buzz, and when we come back, we're gonna be talking about Megan Fox. So stay tuned.
Bing bong.
Tomato paste.
That's a big word for
I want to give you a 0.
And that was Vampire by Dominic Fike, which actually is a perfect segue into our very next and last, basically, story of the day,
Is that
which
so?
is, yeah, which is Megan Fox confirms she and Machine Gun Kelly drink each other's blood, just like a vampire. Megan Fox has doubled down on the claim that she does, in fact, drink the red liquid of her fiance, Machine Gun Kelly. I feel like that is not, it's not, no, okay. Just, no, just drink the red. Just drink the red. What's that, you may ask? No, this is not a deleted scene from Jennifer's body. The actress confirmed her gory habit in a recent interview with Glamour, clarifying that it's for ritual purposes only. Goodbye. Fox said, quote, I guess to drink each other's red might mislead people or people who are imagining us with goblets like we're Game of Thrones. End quote. Fox also wrote on Instagram alongside a video of the proposal, quote, just as in every lifetime before this one, and as in every lifetime that will follow it, I said yes, and then we drank each other's red. End quote. Goodbye. This is awful. For those who forget, back in February, Machine Gun Kelly said that he wears a vial of Fox's red as a necklace. Good thing she's equally as committed because she literally can't take off her engagement ring without it hurting herself. But I guess that's good if they, okay, anyways. I guess he fell in love with an emo girl.
This is very strange.
Their whole relationship makes me very uncomfortable.
And in reference to her engagement ring, like not being able to take it off without her hurting herself, for the listeners who don't know, her engagement ring has actual thorns on it.
So if she pulls it off, it'll
hurt her. So
They're a very strange couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think she was weird before. Think about it. Jennifer's body was like her thing. And I know that was just an acting thing. Oh yeah, we're not saying she's not pretty, but you can be pretty and weird.
Pretty weird.
She's pretty weird. I think
she is Jennifer Check just in real life.
Yeah, I think she might just be Jennifer in real life.
Like, is this like healthy?
This is definitely not okay.
Is that something that you should do? Is this approved by the
Apparently they do it
FDA?
in small amounts.
And is the CDC okay with this?
I'm
Yeah, no, like actually, this is so weird.
That's very weird.
Also,
That's how
ritual.
diseases get spread.
Yeah,
Pause.
that's
What is the
scary.
ritual? Because I'm confused.
There
was this whole.
They're one. They are one.
I don't
know.
I
girl.
hate this. I hate this whole story. I hate it. I hate this
Really?
story so badly. I don't understand
Thank you for
why
doing
this
us
is
a favor.
okay and why they think this is okay.
Well, I know she practices witchcraft.
Well, then
actually.
that'll probably be it.
So it's probably something
Yeah.
relating to that.
I'm just imagining like the Scooby-Doo witches like forming a ritual.
That, but I also feel like
I'm a
it's a
hex
form
girl.
of red magic. You know the other term.
Oh.
It's like that because witchcraft itself, it doesn't really do that sort of thing. So I feel like that's definitely a form of red magic.
This is kind of scary.
Yeah, I'm
then,
scared
though.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, there was it was one thing like wearing the vial on his neck, you know, like in a necklace. That was one thing.
Thirsty?
You're done. You're done. But it's another thing with I'm sorry, this whole story. It's another thing with the vampire vibes. We are not Edward Cullen. You are not Bella Swan.
I love that movie.
What is she looking up? Lara is looking something up. What are you looking up, Lara?
This is just really
what are
like
you-
I have no
what are
words.
you're not even spelling his name right. Lara is looking something up. Are you looking up? No,
Can I
he is
also say
not
it?
Edward Cullen.
Edward Cullen.
What? Lara just Googled, is Machine Gun Kelly Edward Cullen?
Isn't he the Hufflepuff?
Yes.
my son. That's my boy.
Oh,
That just made me sad for 7 a.m., 9 a.m.
I
7. No.
At this point, I am
feel-
pretty sure we are done here.
Yeah. I
Uh,
also want to know my best friend, shout out to Indy. She's obsessed with MGK. And she was like, I'm gonna marry this man. And I was like, after all
Well,
this came out,
You're
I
gonna marry
called
this
her.
man. Have
I called
fun.
her. I was like, "Are you sure?"
Stay safe.
She's like, "I can fix him." Basically,
That's what they all say.
fix
They all say
him.
that they can fix
I
him, and
can
then they
fix
can't
him.
fix him, and then
No, I
life
think
goes bad.
they're meant to be. I think they're meant
They're
to be.
special.
They're
They
definitely
deserve
meant
it.
to be something. I don't know
Amen.
what they're meant to be, but they're meant to be something.
Amen.
Amen.
This is a
I'm
mess
so sorry.
today.
I'm so sorry you all had to hear that story. If we're being honest, I hate that she's doubled down on it as
People of
well.
America, I'm sorry.
But you know what? It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And we've officially hit top of the hour, which means you have been listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. And this has been the Morning Buzz. And thank God we're done because I did not want to talk about that anymore. It was really uncomfortable.
That was very uncomfortable. Indeed.
But yeah, this was the Friday Morning Buzz. I hope you liked it. I hope you loved the Megan
It
Fox
was
story.
so fun, no?
It was such a good time. I loved the Edward Cullen stories. But I guess that's it. Have a great weekend.
You're listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, where music stays cool.